Good day. This is me. I am Mos with your favorite flavor. Today is Sunday. Thanks Lord for another day in life. Prayers for everybody, whatever religion you are. Anyway, 4 weeks indoors. At last, the sun has shown up. The weather became more moderate, and I could manage to come out and do this video for you. It's only for you, nobody else. Very touched, very emotional, but also it is what it is, life. I am Mos. I'm from Mozambique. If you're new here, please subscribe, share and like it. What is the topic today, Mos? Well, let's look a little bit around what's going on here, where I am, what surrounds me. Yes, indeed, I'm on my own. Well, time to time, I try to bring you different context, subjects, but as an African, never can walk away from my own dues to Mother Africa. Yesterday was something very interesting here in the YouTube, on these streets of YouTube, was a story with a flavor of pain, anguish, nostalgia, and sacrifice. And that is many times we hear stories once again about slavery, about human sacrifice to an extreme where pain is the reason of endeavor. And that's why we Africans live the way we live. Time to time it's difficult to understand how certain countries and places in the world are so wealthy, well constructed and well developed. But also time to time it's difficult for some people to understand the reason why are they in those particular places around the world. When I'm talking about this, I'm talking about the Caribbeans. The people live now in the Caribbean. Most of the people live in the Caribbean find themselves as been gifted by God to be there on that land, on that shine, and that is all. Others, they understand the reason how generations and generations before them was the reason for them be part of the people of the Caribbeans. I'm talking about Cuba, Jamaica, Dominican Republic, Barbados, Grenada, and other islands. And some, they don't. Just, they find that as natural. Fine. I'm happy with that. I don't have nothing against you. But those people, most of them, they have emigrated around the world and built a lot of communities in very wealthy countries. And those people are the people today who live in those wealthy countries, live in nostalgia of their roots. And they start realize as they start engage with others, it was not only the Caribbeans. There is people also away in other countries, in Colombia, Panama, Nicaragua, you name it, even in Europe or Asia. There is people like them. But as YouTube came along, the Rastafari community, I realized how big they are and how their roots are based in Africa. Indeed. So it's from that story of Africa that yesterday one of the greatest influencers ever, I keep repeating it, ever exist on this social media, reveal a very tragic story. A story that has touched hearts and minds of many of us. Me in particular, I feel identified with that story because I'm one of them in one way or another way. Not as the person tells who he is and how he ended up to be, but there is similarities with every single human being. Special, we come from Africa. Doesn't matter if you born from a slave, from a refugee, from politician, or whatever. Your father was wealthy, whatever. What the reason took you to live in Canada, in the United States, in Russia, in China, in Malaysia, whatever. But on the end, the lead, when we put together the story, there is a pain and a very, very hard truth to tell. And this is what most of young Africans, they don't understand. But who broke the story? Who defined this story? Anyway, that is interest. So, to bring you this story, let me ask you something before. If you are new here, kindly, just hit that button, subscribe, and join this channel, because it's in this channel that time to time we bring you the real truth, who we are, how we endeavor, how we as Africans identify ourselves in different places of the world. Yes, we. Why we? Because of you. You and I are brothers, somewhere, somehow. And this is what they make out of my stories, to tell you, to guide you what you didn't see it, and that why may you not realize this is happening. It is happening. Some people even they go to the point they don't want to talk, they don't want to even mention about, because for them it's too sensitive. But always there is somebody with the skill and ability to break those taboos and bring us these stories. Time to time, it is sad to hear other Africans trash others in such way, on a negative manner. This does not only happen in Africa, this happens also in other communities in the United States, where there are a lot of black people from different origins, and really lost in reality of life, and take life just a piece of meal for the day, what should not be. You might say, this guy's too crazy. Yes, I'm too crazy, because this is the truth of reality. Why Africans in the United States? Well, because it's where the thing is more publicized, is more on the media. But also there is South Africa, there is Sudan, there is other stories, there is Somalia. But there is no story can touch you and make you feel it so identified and part of like the African descendant. Whatever reasons you became or you are connected to Africa. It is money all? Yes, money it is all, and money matters. That's why we see so many people going around the world for money, not going to around the world and find themselves in the reason why they are. Did you ever thought after apartheid in South Africa, the South Africans, they could hate another black man? African black hate another black man. I never thought. Believe me, in million years of dreaming or achievements, I never thought that could happen. And I live in South Africa. I live just next door to Alexandra. I've been in Soweto many times. I've been in the Capes. I've been on the land of the Zulus. I've been on the Transkais. I've been in Namibia, on the coastline and inland. I've been in Congo. I have been in Angola, even in Nigeria. I can tell you, all these places, they're different. They're different in the way they see life. But was a story of yesterday that was run here on the social media that brought me to tears and pain and sorrow. That what the only one, the unique, the magic man on the social media right now in Africa content creation could bring. A man that do things from zero to hero. A man that make content in a way that no YouTuber ever has done or achieved it. The man many people hate, criticize, call him names, tell, even they go to a point, to a extreme, to take him to the drains of destroy his character. The only one son of Kenya in Africa, Frederick Marwa, the man who create I Am Marwa channel. When this channel was created, many of you didn't see what was coming. Just was another boy from the village running to civilization and testing and prove everything from love, money that is wealthy, and adventure. But was that humble man, people realize was something different and special to follow, to see and discover. Indeed, was that man. What that man done? Ask yourself. That is so magic, so important, that has changed the narrative of YouTube in a such way that thousands and thousands and thousands of people follow. Even people leave their own countries and go there to meet this person that they have put in their mind, this is an idol. And others, they went and fail to prove themselves what the man is and blame to him for their failure. Is that failure of many as keeping driving every time people to watch and see who is and why is the only one Ayamara. Therefore, is the content, the social content and the character of the man, the believer, that is the messenger of God. How he believes is a message of God. How? How dare you gonna say, I can make this statement? Well, you don't need making a statement. You need to watch and follow every single video or episode this man produced. Was the latest episode that has make me understood and understand why there is people out there, they can't comfort themselves with truth, with the reality that is human, that have feelings, is a human, also can mistrust, is a human, also can make a mistake, but is a human that brings to you what you don't expect time to time, and then is a human that's bring to you what you gonna get here, a surprise of lifetime. This is a castle, and this castle has been built somewhere, somehow, with humans sacrifice, and most of those humans are black people, Africans. These castles, they are not built here because this country is wealthy. This country have everything. You've been seeing these days how I have been doing content from my own living room. The weather here is harsh, the weather here is painful, but why I'm here? Because of history. How these humans from this place, they went out of their way, their borders, and colonize and basically explore and rob lot of resources from Africa and other latitudes of the world to build this castle here. This castle today is worth millions and millions and millions, but it cost them nothing. That's why you don't understand time to time the pain that our ancestors went through. And that pain is the pain of the story that Ayamara broke. Is the story how a young man survived and today building his own dream. Is that story how life can be so strange. This is a river. You see in this river water, life, dogs, people enjoy life. But this river takes blood. This is not just water. This is blood. This is a real blood. You might say, how you dare say this is blood? It is blood. Without water is no life. And life never will exist if there is no water. Anyway, indeed, water, blood, life is the story of a Burundian boy born in a refugee camp. Is a story of a young man that broke his own back and find a way by natural means, on his way, to save his life and make it not by the value of the money he had. Is a story of somebody be adopted in a remote place in the world. Could be in Massachusetts, could be Moscow, could be in Riga, could be in Lisbon, could be anywhere. But God chose and God placed him in Kenya. And this is the point where I ask myself, why many people go to Kenya? Not only YouTubers. Because Kenya is progressive. What is in Kenya that make Kenya special? Why Kenya have so much YouTubers? It's the only country in Africa where YouTubers are really astronomical numbers. We can't even mention. I never done research here and tell you. But it's the story of this young man called himself the Burundian traveler. That Ayamara, this content creator that many Africans, even Caribbeans, blacks community out there and others, they look at him as a bad boy or a bad character brought to us, to our comfort in our houses, a broken heart. Truth, how humanity can be so cruel. Is that story when the individual, this particular individual, tells in his own words how painful life can be, how unjust life is. So can you imagine, you that is in the Caribbean, can you imagine your ancestors before you, how life was so unjust and how life was so painful? How many people went through hell for us to be where we are? How much hell in life we still going on? Is this endeavor that you don't see on BBC, on CNN, or any other TV channels? All you can see with the message of God, the man that God created and placed in the face of earth in a particular place, and that person walk and around the world, create a network of friends, even enemies, people that envy you, people can't understand. This is a human being doing something different, unique. And this is the message of God in a different shape and form and race, because we've been taught by the Europeans to preach the white Jesus, to preach these figures that most of the time the angels are white and everything is white. Nothing can be black or nothing can be different than them. So the superiority. But the superiority has proven day by day, time by time, that humanity is not about the color of your skin. Humanity is all about the humans and different races, shapes and form. The Burundian story, if one day is well recorded, can be the Burundian or can be somebody else there, you will freeze your brain. You will ask yourself, why this was possible? Yes, why this is possible? It's possible because me, you, and others, time to time, we think the difference is hate. The difference is to show how you can be better compared to others, how you can be superior and superior above anything. But on the end, death is equal to everybody. Well, was that story that Ayamaro broke of the Burundian travel that drove me to a point to sit and understand my own travels as a human in Africa, to understand why my father as a white man ended up in Africa, and others, many, some good people, some bad, really bad characters. Most of them bad characters, I'll be honest, because they abuse, they create division, even to a point where pain been on our blood for many, many centuries. And the country where I came, the pain and anguish been there for 500 years until 1975. But is that where I try to understand here something? The endeavor of life that the Burundian traveler had to go through. Was that necessary or was that a must? Well, again, when you look to the channel or the stories that Ayamara share time to time, you realize how cruel life is out there and how painful time to time things are. And one of these things is not be able to understand what that man in particular is doing by showing you through the lens of YouTube or social media, Instagram, X, that was Twitter, Facebook. Life can be beautiful, but also ugly. And also there are beautiful souls out there that can change people's life. We saw that when Nelson Mandela came out of the prison in South Africa. How the world, from all four corners of the world, everybody are willing to help the South Africans. But nobody saw how ugly South Africa could be after. Today, even me, I can't believe it. How a black man hates another black so much, so deep, so blind. And how they go to the stream, even want to kill. And that is the story of the Burundian traveler, is how between ourselves, Africans, we hate each other. There is a proof, a core proof, how we Africans got to a point to not appreciate life in a way that the Europeans appreciate. Or better say, the people with the white skin. Every time we see people with the white skin, we feel discriminated. We feel away. We feel them as a problem. But we don't understand also they have a problem. We fail. And they take the opportunity and advantage of the ignorance and transform put us against each other. This is what happened to the Burundian traveler. His country was turned around by violence, and that violence was a violence created by people who fail in their own countries, in their own places of origin, and they find that the division between us couldn't reach themselves. That was the war on the Great Lakes. Sometimes we don't understand some politicians, but sometimes we understand history. Today we have Rwanda, a country prosperous, but Rwanda has taken war in Congo. And you ask yourself, what is going on with these brothers and sisters? Because prosperity, wealth, and live a lifestyle becomes an ego of many individuals. And that is, many of us don't understand what Ayamara is all about. Somebody will say, I have this syndrome called Ayamara. Does not exist a syndrome of Ayamara. Never will exist a syndrome. People, to understand the syndrome, you have to watch my videos about Nairobi Chicha, this Kenya individual that was a teacher and choose the avenues of social media to grind dignity, integrity, and morals of others on the detriment of make a difference in a society, but create a discord. You can see what happened to this individual, this influencer, when he invited the world. This never happened, never will happen. Even Mandela, when he comes out of prison, the world didn't descend into South Africa. Oh, no. We can see what happened in the Netherlands, eggs, the ICJ. Not all Africans agree that what's going on in Israel, it is a crime. But in case of Ayamara, that is open and friendly, an exchange of nothing, we can see how the world moves, our mountains, rivers, even media, to bring him down so the world could not be the truth and the reality of humans and their social way of being and believe and trust. Is this story of the Burundian travel that reminds me something. We humans, special Africans, live in different latitudes. How sensitive we are when it comes to certain things, because we hate the basic values of life. We want to say free, justice, and other things. But the hegemonics of the rule of humanity is the contradictions. Is when you see Burundian traveler be able to give an examples of his life and be adopted in a remote place, in a remote corner of the world, in such way, how beauty, there is another day, how the beauty humans can go to an extent of trust and confidence. This is what many of you don't like it. Some of you just stick your mind in the same story and believe it on misleading, and those puppets that doesn't have nothing to do and looking for malicious intentions. That's why we saw some people from this country travel to Nyambowanzi. Why many or few of them, YouTubers from the UK, descend to Nyambowanzi? Why? Who they are? You can see their origins, Africa. You can see their stories, Africa. They end up here in this country where I am, and really very painful stories here, but there is a guarantee of living another day and be respected and considered, even you exploit on the modern days of slavery, because slavery never went away, just changed the way it used to be. It becomes monetized. That is the slavery of today, is a choice what you get paid and how much you get paid, and it becomes a level of equality where many people become together, races and humans, and choose. And many times we find differences, and such differences you don't see because they say don't do it because that will create a problem. That's why there are people, they get 2 pounds more than you, or 3 more than you, or some people they're equal to you. They make them feel equal to you, but in reality they are not equal to you. This is a controversial topic and a very controversial issue that I will not go deep. So we saw these people going to Nyambowanzi. We saw Josh's diary, and we saw the story, we saw the effect of Josh's diary come to Kenya and to Nyambowanzi and what happened to her. We saw life in progress, mother and daughter, food nyam, Jamaican grandma. Why Jamaican grandma? A Jamaican person from the Caribbean coming to Africa. That tells you a lot. Why this grandma went up there? And then there is something so interesting here, that grandma goes to that village, that place in Africa, and connect with this humble boy, the Burundian traveler. You start see how God Almighty powerful is, how God embrace life in a such way, brings values and humanity all together. Was this boy that didn't have means and conditions to host this Jamaican grandma, ask these unique human and content creator, influencer, to host in his house, because in his house was much better condition and much better for the grandma. But even that, these YouTubers, they descend from here, from the United Kingdom, they went to this village. Even we saw white people from different races and places around the world descended to Nyamba ones and go pay respect to this person, send a message to the world. We are witness history, a unique history, something that in millions of years never will come as came now. It's the same what has been written in the Bible cannot be erased and rewrite. And Quran and other books out there, religious. All these people fail. All these people could not survive the emotions and the trends, because these people, they dream above the ceiling of reality. While what's happening is life dedication and life commitment. That is what happened to the Burundian. That what people, they don't see it, but people, they don't understand what's going on with these YouTubers in Kenya. Is the commitment and the trust they deliver to the audience and make the audience identify themselves and connect. Only Ayamarwa is the person, is the messenger. A messenger with simple words. A messenger that brings you the Almighty, powerful, whatever you believe, Buddha, Jesus, you mention, you name out there. Make things happening. And in such way, we all feel identified and connect. But the Burundian travel revelation proved once how sensitive we are as humans. There is a lot of anxiety, pain all around, but there is something is not around: love and care for each other. There is a lot of kids I have to interrupt here. Yes, one of the policies of YouTube that really I like it, I love it, is about kids. Respect to them. This is unique moment. Let's see what's gonna happen here. Are these people gonna jump in or not? What's really gonna happen here? Yes, indeed, we'll jump. Look at that. Look at that. Wow, what a beauty. Unique moment captured here at Ayamos. Wow, look the grandma there. That is a grandma. There's a grandma. Do it the same. Wow. Wow. There's a bit of accident, but there is something here. There you go, somebody to help. Guys, this is live. This is happening here. This is happening live. This is life and threat situations here in the Iron Moss. Wow. Let's see. Yes, she is being recovered. Yeah.
And I have been on this canal.
This is unique. She is recovered. Are you okay?
Yeah, fine.
Oh, bless you, bless.
It's just cold water. Things stopped working.
Okay,
And I just had a little bit of cold water shock.
okay.
But we're practicing rescues.
Good,
So
good,
it's
good.
all part of it.
Bless you. Wish you all the best.
Sorry?
Wish you all the best. Yes, guys, this is IMO's live here from Hertfordshire, north of England. These are rescue people training in case of an accident or earthquakes or river floods happening. So this is a train drilling just happening here. So this is live from my village, and I hope this can be a lesson from you out there. There is another cage. Let's see. Well, thanks to Lord, she's right, she's there, she's good, safe. Yes, a little bit of drama right here, but let's carry on with our main topic. What Ayamarwa, this influencer, basically genius, as bring original and first hand from the Burundian traveler life experiences and growth and adoption in this remote village in Africa. This is unique, but I never said that. What is transpires on the end is a life experience that many of us watch that conversation, the multi-ethnicity of the conversation, and how things can happen in life, and how people, humans, can survive, endeavor, and those endeavors make a change. One of the things really caught my attention and made me reflect and think about deep was Rousseau's words, what Rousseau was saying, and how Ayamaro on the end brings everybody and ask everybody what they led. You don't see these in any YouTube out there. Those most influential YouTubers, the people, they also say, I want to be famous, I want to be this. No, it was in humanity come together and then shows they have a guide. It's like Moses in the Bible. So, was a Nigerian lady make a comment the other day about something that Rousseau said to a sister-in-law, Dimwango. And this lady from Nigeria saying, don't listen that woman is talking nonsense. I realized from that test that Jack Senior on his vlog, positivity vlog, show how weak we Africans are, how we time to time try to distort reality, facts, and people views. By seeing that message of this Nigerian woman, reminds me when I visit Nigeria. When I visit Nigeria, Nigeria was really chaos. It was a chaos, a complete chaos. Everybody want to be rich. And Nigeria today is a different place. Nigeria is one of the countries in the world that has changed completely. Today, Nigerians, even people get scared of them because of their way of perceiving life. Nobody in Nigeria want to be looking down. Even being a poor doesn't like it, want to be considered equal. Here is once again proving the differences that humans have in different latitudes of the world. But at the same Nigerians, this is very important. They're dividing groups. That Nigeria is well educated, well renowned, and well off. But are not those Nigerians all few? And this few is what Ayamara is what the Burundian traveler is. But when you look in the context of South Africa, this is not only few South Africa, no. It's a feeling of a society that failed themselves. People that they don't understand themselves. Is not what been left by others, is what you can make it, what you have to make a difference. Will not be a surprise to see South Africa descend in a civil war. The way things are going in South Africa, many of you don't understand because you never been there or you never understood. The South Africans today, illiterate or literate, they have only one mission. Who can submit other? Who can treat other as stupid and ignorant? For them, wealth is like a garden full of flowers of all colors, all season around the year. Wealth is not the well-being of a community. For them, that does not mean nothing. It's harder to say this because I don't live there. I don't have a house there. I'm a part of that. But when my own neighbor comes and tells me I have to pay for him to cut his own tree, that's his own property, I have to contribute for him, I ask myself, is the brother okay? The tree is in his own premises. And that tree is creating problem not only him, me too. So where legally I come in on his problem? Only I have to tell him the trees create a problem. I can offer help, but not him to force me with an unexisting law, unimaginable thing. As a different man of a different race, I have to. Because if I don't, will take me to court. This is the reflections of Burundian travel. Is what Burundian travel tried to tell us. Humans, they're different, but humans also are dangerous. When the Tanzanians start telling the Burundians, leave, go back to your land. After 10 years, these people live in that land. The Tanzanians, they didn't see how wealthy they are with that human capital. Today might be regretting big time. It's the same Every time there is a refugee people in one country, the governments have to gain. That's why the United States is very powerful, because of the human capital. That's why we see Russia today fighting for human capital. That's what we see here in Britain. The human capital become a key of the future. The British people today are less and less and less compared to the other communities coming around the world. And this is where lays the truth of humans. Try to be cohesive, not try to be divisive. And divisive is what you see. Not be able to do things. We saw many are we trying to travel, but because of selfishness, not openness, end up in a mess. But if Burundian travel was not open, curious, have an ego of asking, and asking, it could not reach to the level is in today. So, what is all about? Love. If you're out there, let's support him. Let's give that hand. I am Mos. I'm from Mozambique. I have experienced a lot of things in my life, good and bad. And then I do share with you. Please, do subscribe kindly to this channel. It's all about positive things. View our other brothers out there with the good eyes, not with the negative. Negativity is the core of conflict, and conflict does not help. That's why I ask you many times here, please do share my content so others can comment on, and I can learn, you can learn, and then we become all a very strong family. That was me for today. I hope you have enjoyed. It was a bit long this Sunday, beautiful day here in England, but also is the beginning of new season. So it was nice to do this analysis, these remarks from the content I have seen from the unique content creator, Ayamara. Thank you. Bye.